You are running through a crowded airport when the first people start dropping. Not because of an explosion, not because of smoke, but because something invisible has already entered the world and nobody can see it. A man clutches his throat near the boarding gate. Security is shouting. People are pushing.
Stay back! Don't push!
Hours earlier, you were inside a high-security lab where everything looked controlled, clean, and sealed. A researcher in a hazmat suit was handling a tiny vial. One slip, one crack, one mistake. Nothing dramatic happened at first. No fire, no alarm. Just a silent escape into the air system. The kind of mistake that looks small for 1 second and catastrophic forever after. At first, nobody panics. The scientist checks the seal. Another person glances at the monitor. Someone says it is probably nothing. But the danger is already past the point of being nothing. It has entered the ventilation, touched the wrong surface, and found its way toward the outside world. You see the first infected person leave the building like any other worker. No dramatic collapse, no obvious warning. Just a cough, a tired breath, a hand brushing the face. Then a train station, a coffee shop, a packed sidewalk. The virus does not need to shout. It only needs movement. Now you are in the middle of an airport full of travelers. People from different countries are standing shoulder to shoulder. Luggage rolls across the floor. Phones ring. Flights board. And every person in that terminal becomes a possible new beginning for the outbreak. Nobody knows the infection is now traveling with passports. The worst part is the delay. People feel fine at first, a small fever, a mild cough, a little fatigue, nothing strong enough to stop a trip, cancel a meeting, or make anyone run for help. That silence between infection and collapse is what makes it dangerous. The virus has time. People do not. You are now watching a global conference where scientists, businessmen, and journalists are talking over microphones and shaking hands. One infected guest is still smiling, still speaking, still spreading it. No one notices the disaster standing in the room with them. Then, out of nowhere, Socrates appears in the middle of the chaos. He adjusts his robe like he has arrived for a lecture and says, "A wise man would ask whether the disease is truly our enemy or whether our ignorance invited it." Before he can finish, 2 emergency workers grab him and drag him away as he keeps talking. One of them yells, "Sir, we need masks, not philosophy." Socrates is still shouting, "But the unexamined outbreak is not worth surviving," as he disappears around the corner. Now hospitals start filling up. You are moving through a ward where monitors beep faster than staff can respond. Doctors are trying to connect clues from different patients, but every answer only creates more questions. The line outside the emergency room grows longer, the waiting room grows quieter, and fear begins to sit in every chair. The story finally goes public. News anchors speak too calmly at first, using words like possible exposure and temporary concern. But viewers can hear the panic hiding under the language. People start checking their phones, searching symptoms. The world is still functioning, but only on the surface.
The feeds are exploding!
Now the streets begin to change. Stores close early. Schools shut down.
Everyone, move quickly into the buses! Hurry this way! Keep moving, don't stop!
Traffic becomes strange and uneven. Families barricade doors and wait for updates that never sound fully honest. You can feel the city tightening around itself like a fist. People fight over medicine. Shelves empty in hours. Clips and rumors travel faster than verified facts. Nobody trusts the numbers, and nobody trusts the people giving them. At this point, panic is its own outbreak. Trucks stop moving. Workers stay home.
We're not moving an inch today.
Supply chains begin snapping one link at a time. Hospitals need equipment. Stores need deliveries. Families need food. But the system that feeds the world starts failing under pressure. You are now standing in a city that looks abandoned. Traffic lights still blink. Buses still sit at stops. Signs still glow. But the human rhythm is gone. The silence is not peaceful. It is warning you. Then the lights begin to fail. Blocks go dark. Phones lose signal. Refrigeration fails in some places. Communication breaks into fragments. The world is no longer collapsing all at once. It is unraveling piece by piece. Some people seem untouched. Maybe they were immune. Maybe they were lucky. Maybe they carried something the virus could not recognize. But in a world like this, even survival feels suspicious.
It's the last one.
I can't. We can't trust you.
Please.
The healthy become the rarest and most valuable people left. You walk through streets where offices are dark, windows are sealed, and cars sit still like abandoned shells. This is what the end of normal life looks like. Not fire, not monsters, just absence. Far away, officials and scientists argue over what should have been done differently. Was it a lab failure? A containment mistake? A risk taken too far? Nobody can undo it now. The debate matters less than the damage. You are left with one brutal truth. A tiny crack in a sealed room was enough to change the world. One mistake crossed a threshold no one could pull back from. And once it escaped, the virus did not care about borders, politics, or excuses. It simply kept moving. So now the question is not whether disaster can happen. The question is whether anyone will learn before the next mistake opens the door again. Because the deadliest thing was never just the virus. It was the belief that control was enough.